Oh no, we have reached the mountain. How are we going to get over this? We can set goals. Let's start. Goal setting. What is a goal? And no, it's not kicking a soccer ball into the net. A goal is an idea of the future. It is a desired end result that the individual envisions, plans, and ultimately commits to achieve. Your next question might be, but why is goal setting so important? Goal setting enables you to track your goals. It teaches you important life skills like planning, organizing, time management, and much more. Other advantages is that it helps you with confidence, self-awareness, and communication skills. Goal setting is amazing, isn't it? But where do we start? Today I'm going to teach you how to set effective goals in place for your future. We are going to achieve this by using SMART. I now want you to think about one specific goal. It can be anything like achieving a high mark for a subject or running your best time at the athletics. You now have 5 minutes to think about this goal and write it down in the space provided in the workbook. Good luck! Now that you have written down your goals, it's time to evaluate it using SMART. We are going to start with the S. The S stands for specific. Are your goals well defined and clear? If you feel it is, make a check mark in the space provided. If you feel it isn't, make a cross. Secondly, we have M. M stands for measurable. Are you able to track your goals and see your progress? If you are, make a check mark. If you aren't, make a cross. Thirdly, we have A. A stands for achievable. Are your goals in your reach? Isn't it too hard or too easy to achieve? If you feel it isn't reached, make a check mark. If you feel it isn't, make a cross. Fourthly, we have R. R stands for relevant. Are your goals important to you? Is it in line with your value system? If you feel it is, make a check mark. If you feel it isn't, make a cross. Lastly, we have time bound. T. Time bound means that you have a beginning and end date on your goal. Having this will motivate you to achieve your goal. So if you feel a goal is time bound, make a check mark. If you feel it isn't, make a cross. Now that we have evaluated our goals, we have better understanding of how to set up effective goals. You're now going to do activity. In your booklet, you'll see there's a space provided to write down your long and short-term goal. You must do this while keeping in mind the SMART system. A short-term goal is a goal that takes less than 12 months to achieve and leads to your long-term goal, while a long-term goal is a goal that takes more than 12 months to achieve. You have 5 minutes to write down these goals. Good luck! And just like that, you have effective goals in place and are a step closer to achieving your wildest dreams.
Speaking of dreams, don't you think it's time for a break?
Definitely.
You now have a 20-minute break.
Now that you've received a lot of knowledge on making good career decisions, it's time to put things into action. Now that Marika has explained to you in detail how to set up goals, we are going to provide you with practical tools so that you can start setting things into place for you to reach your goals and to reach your career one day. So here is a nice diagram on page 29 where you can start identifying and writing down your goals. And remember to make it short and specific. It can be anything like an academic goal, or maybe you want to develop your talent, maybe you want to still do some job shadowing. Anything that will help you to reach your career goal one day. And then in the second row, it says everyone who is responsible for the goal. So try to identify the people who will be responsible for reaching this goal. It can either be you or maybe it's more than one person. And then in the third row, it says the resources I have to achieve the goal. Here, try to identify all the resources you have and that you will need to reach your goal. And it can be anything. Resources can be information, or maybe it's people, persons, it can be an educational institution, or maybe things like financial resources. And then try to identify potential barriers that can be in your way. So think about anything that can be maybe a potential obstacle in your life that can hinder you or prevent you from reaching your goal. In identifying those, it can help you to overcome it so that you can reach your goal. And then set a deadline for your goal. Remember, don't make the deadline too far into the future because sometimes then it can be impractical to reach it. So try to set a deadline rather sooner than later in order for you to reach it. So it can either be maybe 4 weeks from now, maybe you want to reach a goal within 5 months from now, or maybe within a year or 2. And then you can see in the second last row it says, did I achieve my goal? Here you can write down whether you achieved it or not. And in the last row it says room for improvement for the future. So here you reflect back on your goal and whether you've actually achieved your goal. If you did, you can write down what worked well. And if you did not reach your goal, you can maybe write down what do you need to do better in the future in order to reach your goal. Okay, so now as you grow older and becoming an adult, you will have more and more responsibilities and tasks to do. So planning will become a very important aspect in your life in order to be a productive individual. So here we have provided you a calendar for you to exercise and to start exercise good planning. So you can start by writing down very important test dates because test dates are usually fixed, they are important to do, they are necessary to do in order to achieve your academic goals. So you can write down all your important test dates and then you can identify those days that you need to study for your tests. So you can also mark all those days that you will be studying. And then after you've done that, you can fill in all your social activities and sports activities that you can do because those are just as important aspects as the academics. Remember, you can have the best knowledge on making good career decisions, but if you don't live a healthy and balanced lifestyle, it will be difficult to make good decisions. So, I'm going to be giving you general tips on living a healthy lifestyle. And first of all, we start with academics. It's important to attend your classes, take academics seriously, prepare well for your tests so that you can achieve good marks in order for you to apply for your job one day or maybe to apply for tertiary education. But learning for your tests, even though it can be tiring sometimes and even though if you feel the academics is really tough, it helps to build habits and discipline for you to build perseverance, which you will also need later on in your career. Then, if you look at tips for searching for a job, it's important already to start to build your professional competencies. So start to do maybe an online course or develop a talent that you have, or maybe go do some job shadowing. This will also help you to make contacts and meet new people that can place you in new opportunities and give you new opportunities for you to develop yourself. This will also make you a more employable individual. And then also very important is your social life, because people also enrich your life and it broadens your horizons, but it can also provide you with new opportunities for you to develop your career. So go study at student centrums to meet new people, go sign up for an exercise class, and it's also a fun way to meet new people. And remember to get enough sleep and do physical exercise, as this is also very important and good for your mental health.
And how does that make you feel?
Don't worry, I know how to manage my mental health.
Okay, I'm guessing you don't need me here.
How to manage mental health. What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, or act. Mental health helps us determine how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how to make healthy lifestyle choices. Mental health is important in every stage of our life, whether it be our childhood life stage, our adolescence life stage, or our adulthood life stage. If you ever find yourself in a position whereby your mental health is affected in any way, worry not, we have the solution for you. There are helplines, crisis lines, as well as suicidal lines which are available to assist you with any mental health problems you encounter. A good thing about these services is that they provide a communication platform whereby you are free to express how you truly feel. These helplines, suicidal lines, as well as crisis lines have three things in common. Firstly is that they are available 24/7, anytime, any day. Secondly, they are free of charge. Thirdly, they are super confidential, meaning that your privacy will not be invaded in any way. Below is a list of helplines, crisis lines, as well as suicidal lines available in South Africa to help you if you encounter any mental health problems. The first one we have is the Adcock Ingram Depression and Anxiety Helpline, which offers emotional support to people in South Africa who are in distress or at risk of suicide. We also have the Childline, which provides services to children who cannot discuss their problems face to face. We also have the Lifeline South Africa, which is available 24/7 and addresses the psychological and social stresses and trauma that anyone might be struggling with. We also have the Simpler 24 Mental Health Helpline, which offers free counseling and supports people in South Africa who are in distress and also suicidal. We also have the South Africa Suicide Crisis Helpline, which is available 24/7 and supports people in South Africa who are in distress and also suicidal.
It's time to take a stop at the waterhole and reflect and comprehend what we've learned today. What a safari it has been. We've learned about yourself, your environment, and your possible future. I think it's safe to say that you are an expert in your career path and you have discovered the treasure of knowledge. To reflect on what you've learned, you can take a look at the treasure chest in front of you on page 32. Firstly, you will have to write in your name, because ultimately the treasure that you found is the self-knowledge of how awesome you are. Then you can page back in your book to get the information about your talents, interests, your psyche code, your personality, the learning institution you want to attend, your subject choices, and ultimately your career that you've discovered throughout this journey. I'm going to give you a few minutes to complete this last activity. And there you go, a treasure chest filled with treasures. If you ever have to make important decisions about your future or your career path, remember to come back to your treasure chest and remember your uniqueness. This will help guide you on your journey going forward. The sun is setting in Africa and we all know what that means. The lions are preparing to hunt. So we will have to get going. Thank you very much for joining our safari. It was lovely having you here. And remember, believe in yourself. Come on, crew!